So I checked the battery on that after I got home. Which I wasn't gone long, but she's up 6 volt. I turned the voltage up a little bit. We just letting her charge. Brought out my air compressor. Made sure all them tires were at 30 PSI. I dropped them from 35 down to 25 and it rode a lot better. So, hell, I think for highway, 30 and them would be good. I mean, it rode good a while ago when I drove it. But let's do some yokel shit. I'm guessing like yokel is some redneck, right? I mean, I don't mean redneck because remember on The Simpsons, it was Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. So I pulled the screws out. Let's pull this mid out of here. Yeah, let's pull the mid out. So, passive radiator. What had happened was, you can see how the back of this thing is just beat the fuck. Remember a couple videos ago I was showing you where it pulled all the rivet nuts out of here and broke every mounting point. So what had happened was this panel was coming out like that far when I was demoing. It would just come out and slam back. It broke the fucking back off the speaker. Yeah, so I had to get another mid to put in here. But when I put it all back together, I just kind of ran the wire up here and zip tied it so it wouldn't fall down in. So I can get it, yeah, I was waiting on a new mid to come in, guys. But, fuck, I'll show you this shit because these things sound amazing. And it's not like a DS18 issue. I mean, it's a stamped steel basket. It's shallow with a big motor on it. What the fuck you expect? This is the best sounding door setup I've ever had. And horns. I got to replace the horns, but the A-pillars, I ain't gonna lie, these A-pillars with the little DS18 compared to the Ampere, they sound better, and I still haven't tuned them for these. I'm still in the DSP tune for the other ones. But they're more in your face. I don't know, guys. It's weird. I think, you know, a lot of it does come down to tuning. I need to retune it, though. I might do that tomorrow while Deb's home, because she's got that ear that just helps me out. But I gotta get this new mid in here. That's what I'm talking about. A pretty decent sized motor, which under normal conditions, it would stand up fine. It's just that the door panel was slamming out so far back there that the weight of that motor just kept fatiguing the metal and popped it. But yep, it's not bad. They're not super expensive. And the mid-bass sound quality out of these things is phenomenal. I think I got them crossed over at 60 hertz or 70 with a 24 dB slope. And they was rattling this whole area of the door, but the whole door reflects, and that bitch is solid. Vibraflex for the win. But let me go ahead and get this shit in here and act like nothing ever happened. All done. Man, if I didn't give a shit, I would like, I put the cone in here. I would send that thing back to DS18 if I didn't care about paying the shipping. But guys, the tires look so much better wet. That wet. That wop. Ooh, that wet ass. Oh, never mind. Yeah. But yeah, I would send this shit back to DS18. Be like, y'all send me a speaker, no motor. But sadly, I had already sent a picture of it to Aaron. I was like, speaker quit working. And he's like, oh, okay, well, what happened? And I sent him a picture of it without a motor on it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure here. And he's like, yeah, that'll do it. So now we're up to 7 volt. I'm just letting it do its thing, guys. I ain't in no hurry with it. You know, I needed to get cigarettes and shit earlier, so I got jangling all back together and out. It was nice driving it with a clean dash and shit. Took Deb a pack of cigarettes to her job. Got to see her before she left on delivery, so that's all good. I really do miss having my days, though, where I get to do shit out here and have Deb help. So there is that. But, I mean, at least I get to spend all next weekend with her. That'd be cool. So, you know, I went through the comments from the last video I did. You know, I was kind of discussing the shit that's going on with Matthew Brown and Audio Ace, that whole ordeal. And, You know, I was in there talking about do what you want to do and just be yourself and have fun. People don't like you, screw them, you know, run what you want to, because you're going to get hate on for no matter what. But I'd also mention in there that there's many ways to fuck a goat. And no, there's only one person even made a comment to it. I thought that shit might have been funny, because I had to rehearse that like 6 times. And to try to just keep a straight face and not change my tone going through that. I was hoping somebody would catch that shit and laugh, but it didn't happen. I guess I'm not going to really be a comedian ever. But I don't know, guys. I try to do half-assed, mediocre, good content for you. So, I know people don't like it when I stand around and talk, but fuck. I really need a camera person, and Deb just don't want to do it. When I try to talk Deb into filming me do all this shit, sometimes, like we did the video at Dustin's shop, you know, she filmed me taking the doors apart and stuff. That's cool. I need more of that where y'all can see the hands-on work, but a lot of times I just try to give step-by-steps and explain what the hell I'm doing, because like right now I'm helping Brandon, aka Redbeard Rebase. I'm helping him, or I'm walking him through building doors for his car. And he's never done it, and you know, he's got ideas, and I'm trying to push him to do fiberglass. And there's advantages to doing fiberglass, but I'm trying to push him into doing fiberglass, because once you do fiberglass, it might look like shit the first time. The second time is going to be better. Third time is going to be a whole lot better. And then you're going to get to a point where you get creative and you do a whole lot of shit with fiberglass. Like you'll do multiple door builds, A-pillar builds, whatever the hell you want to do. Like my buddy Dustin, he just put 2 6.5s on the front fenders of a Can-Am Riker. You know, like the little fender. He actually, you know, made pods and everything to bolt on there to hold 2 6.5s pointing back at you. I mean, he didn't learn that shit overnight. He learned it from just doing it. But that's kind of why I like to do video and talk and explain shit. I don't know, guys. My hair is getting too damn long for this shit. I'll be glad when it gets long enough to pull back in a full ponytail. But anyway, I'm really worried about this C-Max here. I know I'm changing the subject, but I'm getting really worried about it. I don't know what else I can do to jangling, guys. I've kind of went over everything I need to. I need to put one of these in there in case something goes wrong and I need to. So, yeah, that's going to be my next venture tomorrow, is get me a fucking battery and shit together. All right, I'll be back. So we still out here messing with this. It's at like 14.9. I just checked the battery. The battery's actually at like 14.5. And now when I unhook this, it's holding. Before, when I would unhook this, it would just drop. But that's because the dome light was on. I'm using my little mini Fluke. You can get these little mini Fluke 101s for like 50 bucks on Amazon. They're nothing special. Like, this bitch don't even have a light, I don't think. Let's see. I don't even think it has a light. No, I don't know what the hell that does. Auto range, that's fucking, who knows. But yeah, it's just a cheap ass meter. So, just trying to give y'all a little update on what's going on. I've been talking to my buddy Billy on the phone, so my phone went dead and I had to charge it, but I ain't really done much since last time I was out here. The cool thing though is when I unhooked that, the lithium is just staying steady. So that's a good sign that it might actually come back. And I thought it was important to show some of you guys, if your lithium battery does go dead all the way, you can slowly bring it back. Hopefully this fixes it. But I mean, lithium's pretty resilient. Like in my damn vape, them batteries run dead. I run them things till the vape don't work and then swap them out and throw them on the charger. So hopefully this lithium works same way. But either way, you can see Jangalang be looking pretty nice. But yeah, you can see my amplifier through that shit. Man, the amp's close to touching that window there. It almost looks like when the bass hits, the corner of it touches. No, it's something else. Anyway, we're getting ready to tint this window. It definitely needs some tin on it. If you remember, I had to break this window out because this back door got locked and I needed to get in here because of this. But I used that VHT nightshades that you put on your lights to tint them, which I had it on there, but the sun fades it really bad. So we're going to do a quick tint job here. Just kind of touch it up. I know the sun shouldn't really fade this too much. Yeah. Guys, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'm a firm believer in that. And I'm getting this spray paint runny as shit. And it could be because this can of paint's probably 4 years old and it's the cheapest shit that Walmart carries. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might need to switch hands. Oh, I'm getting tired. And I don't urge everybody to do this, but we all know on Jangling here, you don't need to see in these back windows at all. And if I ever would like decide to sell this Jeep, I mean, I'm just going to say that new window tint, like new. I think I painted those, but they were like tinted. You can see bubbles there. Y'all, if you remember, I tried tinting this motherfucker myself. And this was my third attempt. And yeah, I should have let Dustin do it. Cause we started out wanting to do the max blackout, which is like just opaque. Now this window, you can't see shit through this motherfucker. And this one's got rubber. I think I did that one in that like fucking rubber spray. What do they call that shit? Plastic dip. I had a whole car done in that one time. Looked killer. Didn't hold up or the fuck. Yeah, I went to dipyourcar.com and bought that whole kit, and yeah, the car looked sick as fuck, but didn't last. But look at that, guys. Perfect window tint job. Like, you can look all you want now and you ain't seeing shit through there. Until you open the door and realize it just looks like fucking dog ass. Put a couple stickers on that, nobody ever know. But look at the difference. I can't remember which one I bought last, but I bought both of them brand new. About a year apart. And I guess just the sun coming in, I don't know why it got this one worse than that one, but it just sun faded the shit out of that. Anyway, that's going to be all for now on tips for tinting your own windows. Happy Mother's Day to Deb, my little helper's with me today. That, I got it up to, well, it read 15 votes. But by the time I unhooked the charger, started it and everything, I mean, it jumped up to 15. I'm still thinking it was around 14.7, 14.8 because of the charger adding current. But I got up this morning, it was at 14.7, but we drove it to get coffee and everything because as soon as it started up, it read 15.4. But we drove it a long distance. I took Deb out for Mother's Day coffee this morning and it got up to 16.1 by the time we come home. So I think the battery's good. I stopped at the gas station. It was at like 15.8. I shut it off. When I turned the key back on, it was at 15.8. So I went ahead after watching Loud Fiat or Marius, his video talking about higher RCA input. I turned my RCA input up to 3 volts. But I haven't adjusted gains on these amps in forever. So right now I turned both of my masters down. You can see I got subwoofer wire unhooked, positive probe in here, negative in here, because the negative amp, that's the positive amp. I'm on AC current. I'm getting ready to set the gain since Deb's here to help me. I got my laptop and everything ready to go to redo some tuning on the A-pillar speakers, and that's where I'm at this morning. Deb got these taped up for me so I don't shock the crap out of myself, because with these amps strapped, I usually get over 200 volts. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust some gains. So gains are matched. I could actually go up to 230 on both sets of these for output voltage. I stopped because they're just so touchy. 221, actually 221.6 here, and this pair was bouncing back and forth between 221.5 and 0.6. It was kind of, so that's done. When you have your amplifier strapped, this is the positive amp the master will be. The positive output on the slave will be the negative. We didn't even have to touch that. I got a spare negative right here for my negative probe. We'll tighten that back up. Shit. Okay. And then, since I have to unhook the positive speaker wire, and that screw's already loose, I just screw my positive in there. So now I can go ahead and hook my subwoofers back up. That is more power than I had previously gotten out of them, because I turned the RCA voltage from like 1.8 up to 3. So, and that's my handy dandy tool that I made that you just plug your RCA in, and yeah, you know how it works. So I got a little more power out of them. I don't know why. I could go a lot higher than I did before. I think I've always had them set around 210, 215, something like that. So now we're up to like 221. But yeah, it's all good. I had something I was going to say. Oh, the reason I'm not getting 4 to 5 volt out of my head unit is because, one, I adjust between volume 31 and 32. I go somewhere in there and adjust the gains on the amps. Now my head unit goes to 35. And rather than turning my head unit subwoofer level up to volume 10, I only went to 9. I wanted to make sure everything was clean. So I never want to go max on anything. And I was able to get like 3 volt there. So I'd imagine, you know, if I'd have turned up to 35, subwoofer level at 10, it'd give me the 5 volts advertised. But sadly, that's how they work. Now, I do have my bass knob, my wireless bass knob, on order from LF Audio. So when it comes in, it has a 15 volt line driver. These amps say they do 6 volt input, so I'm probably going to take advantage of that full 6 volt. I might actually get with Marius and see if I could push them a little higher. I believe Peyton Johnson ran his at like 9, but I don't know if that's what's blowing them or not. So to be safe, I need to find a safe level to run these amps at. Marius had said a couple of things about running higher input voltage. You always pick up a lot of noise through your RCA cables, no matter how good they are. When you run lower voltage, the noise and radio frequency are able to sneak in there a lot easier and be heard. To where if you have a lot higher voltage going through that cable, the noise can't get in and be heard as easy. And he'd prove that with some of his scientific test equipment. Another thing they say is that when you have that higher voltage, rather than your amp having to work its ass off to take like a 1 or 2 volt signal and amplify it to get the output power, that the amp is actually not working as hard because it has less signal to amplify. So that all sounds good to me. Anyway, I got my gain set. I can turn this bad boy off, put it back up. I need to hook these back up, and then we're going to do some DSP testing. Okay, we got the old DSP here. And this would, no, it lost the tune. it closed out, so it went to a default tune. But I can say that I had Deb in here because Deb's very musical oriented, like talented. And we set up the DS18A pillars. We didn't have to touch the doors at all. That was all good. But the A pillars, we didn't have to change frequency. I thought I might have set the frequency for the old mids and didn't take it high enough for the tweeter. But I was at 20 kilohertz for the tweeter on the high. So it's got the cap in it. So my low pass would have been the cutoff on the low frequency for this. Everything was good. These are in range with what the other ones were. It's just these sound better. Honestly, at low volume, the tweeters, the A-pillars wasn't there a lot. So what we wound up doing, here, let me flip this around. So what we actually wound up doing is we went in, I turned everything off in the DSP except for the A-pillars. And then I rolled up to volume 30, which I never listened at it. Like, I only did them at 28, but I like go in there for just headroom. And I wound up turning the A-pillars up like around 2 dB louder. And that, the dB's the level of volume in the laptop on the DSP tuning. But I went from 3 to 1, -3 to -1. And they didn't distort. They sounded really good. You know, we picked a song with a lot of good mid-bass vocal just to tune it with. So I know the amp would never be clipping because I think I got a 300 watt per channel on 150 watt speakers. So actually everything wound up sounding a whole lot better. And now the A-pillars are a lot more pronounced in your face. So that's kind of what we wanted. I don't know what else. Huh?
Without hurting your ears.
Yeah, without having that tinny screech that hurts your ears, which is why I only want to run a Silk Dome tweeter, because I hate that tinny tweeter sound of like bullet tweeters and shit like that. And why I run horns with the phenolic diaphragm. I don't like titanium anything. So I mean, guys, a lot of y'all might like that, like super bullet tweet. It's just not me. I don't want somebody to get in here and get a demo and that should be hurting their ears from like just shitty screech tweeter sound, you know. Kind of why I trashed the tweeters and the doors. So I took them out and relied just on the compression driver and the A-pillar. But some of y'all might agree with me. I know Dustin, when he built his A-pillars, I was like, bro, get Silk Dome. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, get Silk Dome, you know. And when he got the Silk Dome and we set his A-pillars after he made them up on the back of the black Jeep and was rocking his whole shop, basically with this same setup, same mid, same tweeter. He just did 2 of each per side. But at that point, Dustin's like, fuck yeah, Silk Dome. So, yeah, I don't know what else to do. Like I said, this thing's clean. So, I don't know, guys. I really don't. And I love this DSP. I do. It's just, it doesn't adjust from Bluetooth. But what it will do, and I think this is a great feature because I ain't really caring about adjusting it from my phone. I like doing the old, it's got an optical input, USB audio. That's a remote for bass level. Oh no, it might be the remote for here, which I don't even know what I did with that cable. But this, yeah, and it'll hold memory tunes. I know it's sitting here somewhere. Well, it don't sit here nowhere. But anyway, the crazy thing about this fucking DSP is it's Bluetooth, but I can't adjust it from the phone. I have to adjust it from laptop. The motherfucker will connect with my phone and play music. And I've done it before, but my subwoofers aren't ran through it. So, but it's just a cool DSP if I ever wanted to add like an iPad in here and run everything off an iPad. I could do it. I won't, but I could do it. So at this point, I kind of need to get Deb to crawl in the enclosure, push down on all the subs to make sure I don't have one skeechy. Because I did reset the gains and I did ohm them out yesterday, and they both sides ohm the same, which means the coils are reading great. So at this point, the only thing I really need to check is push the center of each one, make sure there's no coil rub, and then check the damn bracing in there to make sure I don't have a loose brace. Because sometimes them things be getting loosey-loose and they rattle like hell. And it looks like shit in that enclosure, I'm not even gonna lie. But other than that, guys, we're just doing final touches, and then I don't know, next weekend's the show, but today's Mother's Day, so I'm kind of on a budget today. I got to figure out where the hell to take Deb to dinner at. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. And everything's fine. No coil rub. And, you know, Dustin had a couple that had some coil rub issues, but he has head unit issues. He took my advice because me and Deb both run the Kenwood Mechless, just media only, KMMX 704 Exelon. They have been great. I believe I put mine in there, and I started with a Kenwood KMMX 703 in 2019, and it got to where it wouldn't read the USB. I mean, Crutchfield warranted the thing, no problem. They sent me to 704, and early 2020, it's been in there ever since. I got Deb one when I built the Blazer, and it's been in there ever since. Both of them are still phenomenal head units. Billy got the 705, and Dustin got the 705, and they both had issues with them. But Dustin's got to where, you know, we adjust the same way. He took my advice and, you know, set your gains at 31, 32, demo at 28. Dustin sometimes turn up to 29. Not clipping, make sure everything's good. But he said sometimes he'd be at volume 28 and the bass hitting would make the head unit just turn up to 35. So we're thinking that might have been what, he's got some coil rub. So I got to recone some of them subs before I put in the Blazer. Like, one of them is just stiff, pushing it down, but they still played. That's what's crazy. Like, it still plays and ohms out. It's just the coil rub's terrible. Anyway, I'm good. I was wanting to find a bad sub this morning, if there is one, so I could jump in Jangalang, go to Dustin's, where them other subs that goes in Deb's Blazer are sitting on the floor, and swap one out. But they're good. They ohm out good, and there's no coil rub, so Deb got in there, inspected everything for me, because she be doing that for me. She be hooking it up. Basshead woman.
It's because it's a narrow window.
I'm too fat to get in the port. No, I got my big ass in there, because she's like, one might be questionable, and I forgot to check the braces, so I just climbed my big ass in there. But anyway, guys, I don't know what else I can really do for video today. There's nothing left to do to Jangalang. It's still early in the day. I got everything checked. Like I said, I drove the black Jeep. The C-Max seems to be coming back fine. It did start right up this morning, so
I'm going to drive it a couple days before we park it.
Deb is going to drive it to work tomorrow and the next day. Just to keep the battery topped. And then today's Sunday, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. If any women watch this and you got kids, happy Mother's Day. Now, CPS done took your kids. It ain't your day. But, now, anyway, with that being said, tomorrow it's Myrtle Beach Bike Week, kind of kicked off this weekend. Oh, there's bikers everywhere. Which yesterday when I drove Jangalang, I would get beside them and crank that shit up, and my doors were drowning out their damn, their little fairing speakers and shit. That's fun. But, tomorrow I'm going to drive down to Merle's Inlet to the Beaver Bar when I get off work. Because that's where DS18 is going to be set up at for Bike Week. And I'm going to kind of meet some of the guys that work for the company other than myself and hang out with them. So that'll kind of be fun because Deb has to work late as shit tomorrow. It is what it is. So it is kind of be nice to meet some of the guys and hang out. So anyway, I don't know if I'll be back or not. I might end the video here. Who the fuck knows? So anyway, it's later in the day. My awesome ass wife went ahead and gave me a beard trim. Them sides knocked down. And cut my hair because everything just gets shaved except for what's on top. Not really a mullet. I don't even know what the hell you call this, but whatever. Yeah, that's gonna kind of be it for this video. We believe Jangalang's road worthy. I got members of Team Controlled Pressure, the team I'm on now. They're trying to talk me into all of us caravanning to Slam. And right now, I mean, financially, I think I can make Slam, possibly. If you guys keep going on and using my affiliate links for like Down for Sound and shit. Because believe it or not, that is helping me make Made a Still show. I mean, them affiliate links, they help me a lot, guys. And I appreciate the fuck out of y'all for using it. And, I mean, I know it ain't costing you nothing to use it, but you have to take time to be like, all right, I got to click in the description of the video and find Jerry's Down for Sound affiliate link, you know. And when you click on it, it helps me a whole fucking bunch. But, yeah, it's just, I don't want to get into the financial aspect, but that is what helps me get to all these shows. And really, yeah, DS18 reimburses me a lot of it. But whenever they reimburse me, that money straight goes back into a savings account that is strictly for shows. So I appreciate the fuck out of y'all. I am dropping this video. Like, it's been such a long weekend with a lot of bullshit going on that I had to split this video in half because I don't want you to have to sit here for a damn hour and watch all this shit. So, anyway.
Wouldn't be a video without it.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to take the wife out here in a little bit for dinner and shit for Mother's Day. We have heard from our child today, which makes it all worthwhile for her. I usually hear from the child on Father's Day. But anyway, anyway, I hope to see some of y'all at Made of Steel. I'm going to try to do something between now and then. I don't know how I'm going to do the Made of Steel video, guys. Let me know what you would like. Would you like for me to just start this off with our trip on the road? Do you just want me to skip all that bullshit and start it when I get to Made of Steel show Friday evening, unless I have vehicle trouble? What would y'all like to see?
They want to see it all.
Do you want to see it all, or you just want me to basically start when I get there? I did find out, bad news. Leaving here, there's no Buc-ee's on the way. But the best way for me to pick up Interstate 95 is to go to my local Buc-ee's, which is like an hour away. So I am going to be able to hit that Buc-ee's. I plan on leaving early Friday morning. So I'm going to stop there, probably top off with gas and get breakfast. But the rest of the trip's just going to be like 95 to 200 to 310 straight over to the Gulf Coast side. So I won't be able to hit none of the Buc-ee's in the Jacksonville area. But what would y'all like to see? Do you want me to see starting this road trip? Picking up, just starting the video at Made of Steel. I've already messaged Joe Sparky Dom. He assured me that the Wolf is going to be there. That's his big demo build. Thus far, the nastiest demo build that I have been in, and probably the nastiest on the East Coast, is Diego's. His van is just stupid nasty. I've heard Diablo is nasty as shit, and that's right up in Florence, but I've tried a couple times to get a demo in that, and it has not happened. He also is going to Made of Steel, so I would like to get a demo in that build. Just what I've heard. I've not been in both. I cannot say for sure. But a lot of people that's been in both said Diego's is nastier, but they said Diablo's no joke. So I don't know. The nastiest I've been in so far is Diego's. So I'm sure it's already been said, the nastiest, windiest demo build in the United States and probably on the planet is Joe Sparky Dom. So I can't wait for that. That's been on my bucket list. So anyway, I'm going to quit rambling the fuck on. I'm trying to get my hair to dry. And yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the women out there. I mean, if you're a single dad, happy Mother's Day to you too, because somebody got to step up and do that shit, right? But anyway, yeah, I'm going to cut this shit short. I'm going to keep an eye on the black Jeep's battery, and hopefully that all pans out, but I did bring it back. So I hope y'all learned something from that portion of the fucking video. And yeah, thank y'all for using all my affiliate links. Like, you know, I know some of you guys are just not wanting to click on the LF Audio affiliate link because either you think the volt meter is too expensive, and for some people it is, but that thing is just fucking awesome as shit for me. And I know a lot of y'all, I mean, I've even had people say, I want to buy the wireless bass knob, but I'm waiting on revision 2 to come out because I never want to buy revision 1 of anything. Man, Marius, if you watch LF Audio's videos, he's already on revision 6 of that bass knob. It ain't been released. He literally just covered every fucking bass he could out the gate, and he'd get ready to release it, and he'd be like, nope, I want to change this because I could have done better. But I get it. So hopefully when that comes in, y'all will see how badass that motherfucker is, and then you'll be like, all right, I got to get one. But either way, guys, thank y'all for using the Down for Sound link. That shit helps me. Thank y'all to my Patreons. That, again, I'll save that up for shit that I really need. And then all the YouTube members, thank y'all. Just thank everybody that subscribes to this channel, because I wouldn't do this shit if y'all didn't watch. Peace out, guys, and as always, bass the fuck on.